But what I got a chance to see was a football team, which Coach Sarkis pointed out is one of the youngest in college football, let alone the SEC. And they went out there and got better and better and better and better to the point that they are now in the conversation where national pundits are having these discussions about whether or not this Texas football team deserves to be in the college football playoffs. The one thing that we all understand, and Mark, you've been in competitive sports all your life, you never, ever want to leave anything up to the judges or the committee. And that is where Texas is at this point. But for years, we've heard about the mighty gauntlet of the SEC. You want to play in the SEC, it's going to be tough week in and week out. And Coach Sark talked about going through the SEC gauntlet.
Well, I just think about it's week in and week out, and that's one of the things when you look at our schedule and you look at the teams you play, everybody's good. Everybody's really good. And I know it sounds like, well, you shouldn't have been close in that game, or you shouldn't have been close in that. Everybody's playing close games. Sometimes the scores look a little different at the end, but they're all hard. They're all tough. And the Southeastern Conference, okay, I wish I had that stat right in front of me of the number of players that are in the National Football League right now from the Southeastern Conference, more than doubles the next conference. Okay, so that just speaks to the quality of player that's in this league, the quality of coaching, the environments. Go play on the road at night in this conference, all right, and see what that's like. So this conference is incredible. Like I said, there's great teams, there's great coaches, and I think our record now in 2 years in the regular season, we were 7-1 last year, we were 6-2 this year. So I'm very proud of that.
And they've worked their behinds off to get to that point. But one of the reasons why Texas is where they are right now is because of the resiliency of one Arch Manning. He's the most scrutinized player in college football, but that thing has gotten real quiet. A lot of people still hating, but they're not watching the games the way that we watch the games. They're watching stat lines and thinking that certain players didn't perform. But if you watched any football all season long, you saw a person get better and better at the quarterback position. And now Sark expresses what he thinks about Arch.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm so proud of Arch because of, you go into a season and all the hoopla and all the stuff surrounding him. And then, he's playing like a first-year starter and he's getting beat up from every angle. And he never lost like his work ethic or his focus. And a credit to his teammates for being there for him throughout this journey. And without Arch Manning, tonight's not tonight the way that it is, because we needed him there for about a month when we weren't running the ball very good and we had to throw it. And he stood in there in some real fire in some games. And so tonight really wasn't much different. It got hard. The wind was probably more of a factor in the first half than we were anticipating. And he worked his way through it. He used his legs on third down. I thought that was a huge part of the game tonight. But I think as much or more than anything with Arch, he's grown into a really cool leader. These guys respond to his fire, to his energy, to his work ethic. Nobody works harder. Nobody prepares more. I mean, the blitz packages that A&M has is elite. It's NFL level. And this guy managed our protections at the line of scrimmage beautifully, did a fantastic job. And so all in all, I think, for him to cap it off with a touchdown run was a pretty cool moment there on 3rd and 3.